Ooh, okay, wrong way round. How do I turn it around? There we are. Okay, greetings respected viewers. I'm George from Ireland. So this video is about Remembrance Day poppies and what a view it is out here in Richmond upon Thames over the poppy factory and the Thames behind. You see that large building up there? You might have wondered about it. Where on earth are these poppies made? Well, this answers your question. That's where they're made. And I can't quite figure out how to show you the angle from here, but there is a bit where it says Poppy Factory in red letters. Let me see, I was right at this end. I'm not sure if you can make it out from this angle, can you? I can see it. I might have to turn it around so I can show you. Hello there, Diane. So Remembrance Sunday is coming up. That's the nearest Sunday to the 11th of November. And that is Remembrance Day in the United Kingdom, as in a day to remember all the soldiers, sailors and Air Force personnel who were killed in all the wars since the First World War. And people sometimes buy red poppies. They're available in late October. We'll head them into early November. Made out of red paper, a bit of green and black plastic for the stem, and I'm not sure what you call the black bud bit in the middle. And if you look carefully in the back, it will say Earl Haig Fund. This is because of Field Marshal Douglas Haig, a British general of the First World War and commander of various battles like the Somme. There's a fierce historiographical debate. Was he a fantastic general? Was he a mindless butcher? Anyway, but after the war, the government wanted to give him various gongs, raise him to the earldom as in a noble title. He would no longer be, he'd no longer be just his rank, his military rank, but a title from past and father to son, a heritable title. And he said he wouldn't accept any of this until something was done for the veterans. So he shamed the government into doing more to pay for these disabled veterans. Roughly 100,000 men severely disabled after the war, as in limbs missing, blinded, deafened, just mentally ill, various other scars in their body, incapable of working. So something had to be done for them. And he set up the Earl Haig Fund to raise money from private individuals, from companies, whatever, to look after them. And then this poppy started in the early 1920s because so many poppies grew in the battlefields of Belgium and France, where the British Army was mainly fighting. And there was that Canadian Army doctor, John McCrae, who composed that poem. Forgive me, I can't remember it properly, but saying, in Flanders fields, where we lie beneath the sky, among poppies, row on row, and so on, saying, to you, failing hands, throw the torch, carry on, oh, we shall not sleep where poppies grow in Flanders fields. Something like that is the title of us in Flanders fields, his poem. So many poppies grow there, and so many soldiers there were mulched into the soil, and their mortal remains are now corrupting the fertility of France and Belgium and nourishing these flowers. So that became a symbol of the battlefields, and that's why people wear that poppy to remember them. I hadn't known until quite recently where the poppy factory is, and there it is. And you can see the River Thames behind. I'm not sure if I need to change the colour or something like that. Hello there, Diane. So people just donate, give any amount of money. Could be a penny, could be £100, whatever you want. Wearing those, you can put them on their cars. You can get T-shirts with them on. And then obviously there's the Remembrance Day ceremony at the Cenotaph in the centre of London on Remembrance Sunday, and in various cities around the United Kingdom or even abroad, British communities abroad, going to church or whatever the memorial is. It's Veterans Day in the United States. It's marked to a lesser extent in other countries. Australia and New Zealand, well, for them it's been superseded by Anzac Day, which is in late April. Forgive me, I don't remember the actual date and so forth. Obviously, the Russian Federation and some other post-Soviet countries got Victory Day for 9th of May for them, and they got Defenders of the Fatherland Day, which is 24th of February, as in that was in the first draft for the Red Army, was called up in 1918. Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'll turn it around and I can better show you what I want to show you. Okay, that is it. And can I zoom in here? That white building is it. It's not letting me zoom, but maybe I'll put my finger up here. Where can you see my finger? There, above my finger. If you look in carefully, I don't know how to zoom when I'm doing it like this, you would see Poppy Factory, those red words, but it's not letting me, because it's doing it live stream, it's not letting me zoom. Okay, so you can see the River Thames beyond, and south over the river, you see that red crane? Look behind the red crane, and that is Twickenham Stadium. That's the English National Rugby Stadium, where the varsity matches played early in December, as in a rugby match between Oxford and Cambridge University. Take the word university, cut off the uni bit, you got versity, change the E to an A, versity becomes varsity. That's what it's about, as in the two great English universities. So there's more of the poppy factory, and there the silvery Thames bends her way down toward Teddington and indeed Kingston. And you can see it's rather flat around here. We're on Richmond Hills. There's one of the biggest hills for miles around, Richmond Park beyond. So what a gorgeous Sunday morning it is. There used to be a huge ice rink across the river there, where that tennis court now is. It was the largest ice rink in the world. From the 1920s to the 1980s, it was demolished, but it was very popular amongst adolescents who could strut their stuff there, but slightly before when they were too young to go to nightclubs and pubs and things like that. Okay, so anything more about poppy factories? Remembrance Day coming up. Remembrance Day and Remembrance Sunday, you know, they're all rolled into one now, really. We mark it on the Sunday. But the early 1920s, remember Armistice Day, the 11th of November, wherever that happened to fall, was a day of jubilation. Okay, there was mafficking, as it were. Was I ever a politician? Well, no, I stood for Oxford City Council once, but unfortunately it wasn't returned, but I was standing in a rock-solid Labour seat. Back to Remembrance, whereas Sunday was a sombre occasion and it was celebrated in a very solemn fashion because it was a lugubrious time as people, so many families have been bereaved and they're calling to mind their loved ones who had been killed in the war. All right, so that's that. I think I'll switch it off now and go downstairs. I just thought I should show you this splendid view. All right, goodbye. Oh, thank you so much. I always wondered about poppies. Some organisations in the United States still sell poppies. Well, there you are. Look carefully on the back. Do you see on the plastic bit Earl Haig Fund? Perhaps that's why. So Douglas Haig, he died in about 1928. His son was certainly alive till a few years ago. I don't know if he still is. I doubt it. And his he was obviously also Earl Haig. When his father died, the son inherited the title Earl. So people are saying, was he a fabulous general? Yes, a lot of people got killed. All right, this was a huge-scale war fought against the most technologically advanced country in the world. Of course, a lot of people were going to be killed, okay? You cannot win a war without some of your guys getting killed. And he did his best. He tried to minimize casualties, and nobody else had any better ideas. Others say, no, he was a complete nincompoop. He was really mutton-headed and heartless, and he squandered the lives of his men in completely futile attacks. These were fatuous tactics. He could have done so much better. Anyway, I'm switching off now.